Hello YouTube, this is Morgan, Airspeed Prime here with my next Avatar news update video. And here we have the announcement of a brand new piece of Korra merchandise. And what it is that IDW Games are going to be releasing this Legend of Korra Tabletop game called Pro Bending Arena. So let's talk about this. I briefly looked through this article before, but in general I'm going to be learning with you guys what exactly this is. Designed by Sen Hoon Lim and Jesse Wright, Legend of Korra Pro Bending Arena aims to capture the excitement of the pro bending sport found in Season 1 of the show. Focusing on the rivalry between the future industry's fire ferrets and the White Falls Wolfbats, Legend of Korra Pro Bending Arena has two players each take control of a team, draft card decks for their benders, and then play cards to place elemental tokens around the board in an effort to overwhelm their opponent. As in the show, pro bending matches are a game of push and pull, with the objective to be the team that has either advanced farthest forward or completely knocked their competitors out of the ring. Okay, it's somewhat of a board/card game, which seems okay. We're thrilled to be working closely with Nickelodeon on the Legend of Korra Pro Bending Arena, said Jerry Bennington, VP of the new product development at IDW Publishing. The relationship has truly helped hone the game into an experience that can be enjoyed by all tabletop gamers, but will also be an exciting addition to the Legend of Korra universe that fans love. That's a questionable statement, I think, given the information presented in this article. Nickelodeon and IDW Games previously collaborated on TMNT, Shadows of the Past. Legend of Korra Pro Bending Arena will launch on Kickstarter this summer, with a retail release this fall, and an expected MSRP of $49.99. So that's it. No real proper information about this beyond that, hey, here's the actual image of what the box art might look like. I'm not massively excited about this announcement. I really question why they thought that, a board game type thing, that's what we need for the Korra fandom. That's what we need to get people excited about Korra again, is this. Because I think the main thing with this is just, what is the timing on this? This should have been out for like book 1, the end of book 1 or something like that. Why is this coming out in 2017? End of 2017 as well. Obviously we don't really know what the game is like. We have to wait and see what exactly the cards look like, what exactly the board looks like, what you get, and if it's worth 50, and if the game even plays well. But for sure, it just feels like too little too late. This is not what we need right now. In that, I think it's come at a pretty bad time, just because, okay, yes, the Korra comics are coming out next month, that's cool, but with all the confusion surrounding Avatar comics, this just feels like a announcement that is just like, okay, fine, I'll have a look at it when we get more information, but right now it just doesn't feel like there's really anything to this. I think, as well as that, as you go through it, there's a few kind of things that just don't seem massively interesting. Like, why is it the pro bending game, but it's only focused on the fire ferrets and the wolf bats? So does that mean there's only like 6 benders possible in this whole thing? Does that mean like you can only choose 6 characters? The wolf bats and then the fire ferrets? Like, what about all the other pro bending teams? Like, if it is actually going to be an addition to the Legend of Korra universe, as they kind of state down here, why not include all those other teams? Like, give us those characters who we don't know all of the names of. Address, the stuff that, like, a lot of the team names we only know from, like, outside material and that sort of thing. This, if it is indeed just as simple as just it's fire ferrets versus wolfbats every single time, and then maybe you're potentially having other characters involved in this, it just, I'm not massively excited on this. As well as that, the description of what the game seems to be, I don't think feels all that great. It's just like, okay, push and pull, you move tokens around, and just like, this isn't a very good description about what this game is meant to be. Like, it doesn't really seem all that fun, because they don't show off anything visual to really get across like what the game actually is. So at the moment, I think this is a pretty like disappointing announcement, just because it's so minor. And like, if it is indeed going to like launch like Kickstarter this summer. Like, I assume the Kickstarter campaign is going to give details on what exactly the game is. But like, we're in the summer now, so how many weeks away are we from seeing this? Is obviously the question. But yeah, that's more or less all my thoughts on it. You know, as I said, I'm gonna keep my eye on it just in case it turns out to be really cool. But for $50, it's gonna have to really do something impressive to, you know, get me interested. Because just look at the box art. It's once again the most generic pieces of art for Korra. This is the book one, like, before the show even came out art that was on all of that old Dark Horse merchandise that they put out. It's just Korra doing that waterbending attack, Pabu like running forward, Mako doing that kick, Bolin running forward like that. Custom art, come on, something like that. Don't just, you know, plaster this same art that we see on everything all over everything. I assume this is just a mock-up, and it may be something different when it's officially announced, but it feels pretty low quality at the moment, what they're presenting to us. I'll admit I'm not really into board games full stop, so obviously this isn't really meant to appeal to me, in that I would have accepted like almost any other piece of merchandise, like a trading card game, a collectible card game, something like that would have been like better than this, in my opinion. Because like, again, like, a lot does depend on what the cards are like. If the cards are actually pretty cool quality and like maybe there is some custom art on them, that could be actually really cool. But if it is just, you know, screenshots from the show on like a card that maybe says something, that doesn't have as much appeal to me for sure. And yeah, again, the timing just, I really question, like, what a random time to announce this. Maybe it is to some degree to be like, oh, maybe we'll pick up some people who are getting back into Korra through Turf Wars and they'll jump on board with this. But I think for sure like an Avatar game would do better. And they do announce, I think, somewhere in this, or it's some other article I read, that the plan is to do more of these. I think they said that in a different article I read, that there is a plan in place that they will at some point do more of these things. Yeah, the first game planned for release is this. So maybe the other games will turn out to be better, and like, oh, this is actually like reasonably okay going forward. But it's just like, merchandise line, please, before you get into the tabletop game stuff. Like, give us a like proper figure of Korra and not just a statue. Like, do that sort of stuff first before this. So yeah, that's it. Like, it's always exciting to get new Korra merchandise. It's just this really, like, I saw this and like was just like, oh cool, new Korra merchandise, and then I read about it and it's just like, oh, it's a tabletop game and it's described really, really badly, and the box that they show doesn't look very good. So I definitely question this announcement in terms of like building hype for the game, because it looks pretty low quality at the moment. I'm sure it'll be better, but right now it's just like, yikes, that doesn't seem particularly good. So yeah, in the comments, let me know what your thoughts are on this tabletop game announcement. Are you more positive on it than me? Or are you also like me, questioning like, what's with the timing on this? What's with the quality that this looks to be right now? Why did they show it off in such a like... why did they show it off in this way without really showing it off? But that's been the news video for today. Thanks for watching, and bye.